Have you ever felt overwhelmed with a lump in your throat, thinking that being strong meant bottling everything up? That pain, that weight in your chest, you hide them, push them deep into your soul. But the truth is, they don't go away. They just hide, corroding your peace, sabotaging your relationships, and leaving you exhausted. What if I told you that true strength isn't in ignoring or suppressing your emotions, but in facing them, processing them with ancient wisdom that can transform your life? From a very young age, we are taught that vulnerability is a weakness. We hear phrases like, "boys don't cry," or "be strong," which condition us to believe that expressing difficult emotions is a sign of fragility. This mindset pushes us into a cycle of emotional repression, where we silence our anger, sadness, and fear, in the naive hope that by ignoring them, they will simply disappear. I myself have lived this illusion. There was a time when I believed that silenced pain was pain overcome. But what I truly found was a pain that merely transformed into constant anxiety, irritability for no apparent reason, and a gradual detachment from the people I loved most. This mistaken belief about what it means to be strong is one of the biggest barriers to a fulfilling life and to building authentic relationships. It traps us in an invisible fortress where we are safe but lonely. Stoic philosophy, with its depth and pragmatism, offers us a powerful path to processing our emotions, not to suppress them, but to understand them, disarm them, and ultimately transform them into an inexhaustible source of inner strength and genuine resilience. In this video, I won't ask you to be cold or indifferent, far from it. I will share 5 Stoic principles that will guide you towards a healthy and empowered approach to your emotions. You will learn to feel deeply, but to react with wisdom. You will discover how to transform adversity into a catalyst for your growth. If what I've said so far resonates with you, if you're ready to break free from this invisible chain of emotional repression and embrace a new form of strength, comment "strength" below. Let's free your mind together. Denying pain is like denying the existence of the sun. It doesn't cease to exist just because you close your eyes. On the contrary, it becomes even more powerful in the darkness of your denial. You've been conditioned to think that by ignoring a painful emotion, it will, by some miracle, disappear. For years, you've swept feelings like anger, sadness, frustration, or even joy that seems inappropriate under the rug. You convince yourself that this is the attitude of a strong, rational, or controlled person. But what actually happens? These repressed emotions don't evaporate. They manifest in more destructive and unpredictable ways. They can emerge as unexpected outbursts of anger, chronic anxiety that robs you of sleep, or an emotional void that affects your ability to truly connect with others. You become a dormant volcano, always on the verge of eruption, or an emotional desert where nothing flourishes. And deep down, you feel the cost, the exhaustion of maintaining a facade, the weight of carrying so much alone. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught us a timeless truth that resonates deeply with this principle. It is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Although he primarily referred to external events, the same concept applies with impressive clarity to our internal emotions. Stoicism, contrary to what many believe, does not preach the suppression or denial of emotions. On the contrary, it invites us to their careful observation and rational analysis. Recognizing a feeling, naming it, is the first and most crucial step to understanding it, to disarming its initial impetus and preventing it from controlling us. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. You don't eliminate what's there, but you make it visible and understandable. Here's how you can start applying this principle today, transforming denial into self-awareness. When you feel an intense emotion, be it anger, sadness, fear, or frustration, pause. Instead of reacting automatically, blaming yourself for feeling it, or trying to push it away, name it. Tell yourself, aloud or in thought, I am feeling anger right now, or I am feeling deep sadness. Then take a deep breath, perhaps 3 times, and observe the sensation in your body. Where do you feel it? Is it a knot in your stomach, tension in your shoulders, a heat in your chest? Observe it like a scientist observes a phenomenon, without identifying with it, just acknowledging its presence. A simple and powerful technique is the Stoic pause. Before responding to any emotional impulse, slowly count to 10, breathing deeply. Then ask yourself, what am I truly feeling? Why am I feeling this? What would be the wisest response right now? This pause creates a vital space between the stimulus and your reaction. When you master this art of recognizing your feelings without judgment, you will feel immense freedom. You will cease to be a hostage to your automatic and impulsive reactions, those that so often lead you to regret. Instead, you will gain deep clarity about your own internal state, like a lighthouse illuminating your path. This clarity opens the door to a more conscious, more deliberate, and ultimately more empowered response to any situation. You will no longer be at the mercy of your emotions, but rather in command, using them as compasses, not as shackles. But here's what almost no one understands about this, and it's where true Stoic mastery begins. Most of your deepest pains come from a single place, from where you have no power at all. It is the illusion of control that traps you. You wear yourself out day after day trying to control the uncontrollable. You obsessively worry about others' opinions, try to change someone else's behavior, get irritated by traffic, lament a past that cannot be rewritten, or agonize over an uncertain future that hasn't arrived yet. And, invariably, you become deeply frustrated. Why? Because you invest your precious mental and emotional energy in things you simply cannot change, generating a vicious cycle of anxiety, hopelessness, and exhaustion. This incessant pursuit of external control is a constant and inexhaustible source of suffering, as it diverts your attention and strength from the only place where you truly have power, your own mind, your judgments, and your reactions. You become a warrior fighting on a battlefield where the rules aren't yours, and defeat is inevitable. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor who governed the vast Roman Empire, facing plagues, wars, and political intrigues, wrote in his Meditations words that are a beacon for humanity. You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the essence of the Stoic dichotomy of control, a simple yet revolutionary concept. It teaches us to categorize all things in life into 2 distinct spheres: those that are under our total and absolute control, our thoughts, our judgments, our desires, our aversions, and our intentional actions, and those that in no way are under our control: the body, reputation, possessions, the actions and opinions of others, the weather, the past, the future. Understanding this is not an invitation to passivity, but to mastery. It is the foundation for unshakable inner peace. Here's how you can apply this transformative principle in your life starting today. When faced with any situation that generates a strong emotion, be it frustration, anger, sadness, or fear, pause and ask yourself a crucial question. Is this under my control? If the answer is a clear no, direct all your energy to the only place where it can make a difference: your attitude and your inner response. For example, you cannot control another person's decision to leave you or criticize you, but you can control how you interpret that decision, how you deal with the pain it causes, and how you choose to react. Practice focusing only on your actions and thoughts. If a relationship ends, you don't control the other person's will, but you control how you allow yourself to feel the pain, how you recover, what you learn from the experience, and how you prepare for the future. This isn't about ignoring what hurts, but about directing your strength to where it is most effective. When you master this vital distinction, a deep and lasting peace will settle within you. You will release the overwhelming burden of trying to move immovable mountains, of fighting lost battles before they even begin. Your energy, once scattered and exhausted, will be channeled to where it can truly make a difference, to shape your character, refine your thoughts, choose your actions with purpose. You will gain serenity amidst chaos and effectiveness in your actions, because you will be working with reality, not against it. You will become an architect of your own mind, building an inner fortress that no external storm can shake. This leads us to something even more powerful, a principle that unveils the true nature of your emotions. Emotions are messengers. They bring vital information, but they are not and should never be your masters. If you let them take the lead, they will lead you to chaos. You have allowed your emotions to dictate your reactions, acting impulsively in the heat of the moment, driven by anger, fear, or momentary euphoria. Or, at the opposite extreme, you become paralyzed by fear, doubt, insecurity, unable to act. You believe, perhaps unconsciously, that feeling is synonymous with acting, and that every emotion demands an immediate and unthinking response. The result? You regret words spoken that cannot be unsaid, decisions made that generate unwanted consequences, opportunities lost due to hesitation. This lack of rational investigation leads to cycles of reactivity, where you feel at the mercy of your own internal states, like a boat without a rudder in a stormy sea, unable to process the crucial information that the emotion is in fact trying to convey. Seneca, the Roman master of Stoic philosophy, clearly emphasized the importance of reason as our supreme guide. Reason must govern emotion. For the Stoics, emotions are not enemies to be crushed or ignored. They are natural phenomena, like the wind or rain. But, just as a good sailor uses the wind to their advantage instead of being swept away by it, the Stoics teach us to observe and understand our emotions through the lens of reason. The idea is not to suppress what you feel, but to question the validity, origin, and usefulness of the feeling. By doing so, you disarm its irrational power, transform blind impulse into knowledge, and instinctive reaction into a conscious and virtuous response. It is the path to emotional wisdom. Here's how you can apply the power of reason to investigate your emotions, starting right now. When a strong and overwhelming emotion arises, instead of reacting immediately or trying to repress it, practice what the Stoics would call Socratic questioning of your own emotions. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this? What is the underlying belief that fuels this emotion? Is this belief true? Is it useful to me right now? What do I gain by acting on this emotion now? Or what do I lose? For example, If you feel intense anger because someone harshly criticized you, ask, is the criticism valid? Is there any truth in it that I can learn from? If it's not valid, why do I allow someone else's opinion to affect me so deeply? If it is valid, how can I use this information to grow instead of being consumed by anger? This cold and objective analysis allows you to detach the emotion from the impulsive reaction, giving you the power to choose your response. When you master this ability to investigate your emotions with reason, your decisions will be wiser, more thoughtful, and more aligned with who you truly want to be. You will transform the raw and often chaotic energy of emotions into clarity, purpose, and virtuous action. You will cease to be swept away by emotional tides and will instead navigate with mastery, with a firm rudder in your hands. You will feel in control of yourself, able to respond to life with serenity and intelligence instead of being a victim of your own reactions. And when you are master of your now, you stop seeking external approval and begin to build something much greater. Drop this affirmation in comments. I am the master of my now. Now, the next principle will challenge everything you think you know about strength and connection, revealing a path to true intimacy. Isolation is not strength. It is a self-imposed prison built brick by brick with the fear of being seen, of being understood. And this prison robs you of the greatest human treasure, genuine connection. You have kept your emotions under lock and key, hermetically sealed, believing that revealing your feelings will make you vulnerable, weak, or, worse still, a target for pain. This excessive self-protection, while appearing to be an impenetrable fortress, actually creates invisible barriers that prevent the formation of authentic and meaningful connections. The result? You can feel profoundly alone, even when surrounded by people. The inability to express what you feel clearly and honestly prevents others from truly understanding you, leading to painful misunderstandings, accumulated resentments, and superficial relationships where intimacy and trust never truly flourish. You become an islander, isolated in the vast ocean of life, yearning for a bridge you refuse to build yourself. Marcus Aurelius, in one of his most beautiful aphorisms, reminds us, we are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. The Stoics saw humanity as part of a larger community, an interconnected cosmos, where interdependence, benevolence, and sympathy, meaning to feel together, are not only desirable, but essential for our own prosperity and virtue. Sharing your emotions in a healthy way, with wisdom and discernment, is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of immense courage that strengthens human bonds, allows empathy to flourish both in you and in others, and connects you to your own humanity. It is the true strength of a social being. Here's how you can start practicing empathy and building healthy connections today. First, practice assertive communication of your feelings using I statements. Instead of accusing or blaming others, which only raises defenses, you always ignore me, you never listen to me. Say, I feel X, e.g., ignored, sad, frustrated, misunderstood, when Y happens, e.g., I don't receive a clear answer. You withdraw when I try to talk. And I need Z, e.g., clarity, time to talk without interruptions, for you to listen to me. This is not manipulation, it is self-care, honesty, and the foundation for building mutual trust. Second, establish healthy boundaries. Communicate what you accept and what you don't accept in a relationship, always with respect and clarity. Third, find trusted people, a friend, a family member, a therapist, with whom you can share your deepest emotions and listen to theirs with mindful attention and without judgment. Shared vulnerability, when done wisely, is a portal to intimacy and understanding. When you master this art of healthy connection, your relationships will deepen in a way you never imagined possible. You will stop feeling lonely and start feeling truly seen, understood, and valued. You will build a genuine support network, a safe harbor where you can be yourself without masks or defenses. And, most importantly, you will experience the immense strength that comes from authentic human connection without the paralyzing fear of judgment or rejection. You will become a beacon of honesty and empathy, attracting people into your life who resonate with your truth. Now, for the fifth and final principle, the one that will shield you against the inevitable storms of life, transforming adversity into your greatest teacher. Pain is inevitable. It is part of the human condition. But suffering, the kind that lingers, the kind that destroys you, is optional. The choice is yours. You have faced adversity as a personal punishment, a sign that something is fundamentally wrong with you or with your path. Instead of seeing challenges as disguised opportunities for growth, you feel defeated, give up at the first hurdle, or bitterly lament the bad luck that seems to pursue you. Victimization mindset not only prevents you from extracting valuable lessons from difficulties, but also traps you in a cycle of despair and weakens your innate ability to recover. You become fragile before life's winds, breaking instead of bending and strengthening. And with each new storm, you feel more exhausted and less able to move forward. Seneca, with his practical and profound wisdom, stated that it is precisely in adversity that the soul is strengthened. For the Stoics, obstacles are not insurmountable barriers or divine punishments. They are, in fact, exercises, disguised opportunities for the practice of virtue. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of pain gives us the chance to practice patience, courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom. Adversity is the forge where character is molded, where resilience is built, preparing us to face even greater challenges with serenity, purpose, and an inner peace that transcends external circumstances. It is not an enemy, but a rigorous trainer. Here's how you can start applying this principle and cultivate unshakable resilience, starting today. First, practice premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. Not to attract evil, but to prepare your mind for life's inevitable difficulties. Think about challenging scenarios you might face: losing a job, a relationship ending, an unexpected illness, and how, as a Stoic, you could react to them with virtue, calm, and wisdom. This isn't pessimistic, it's strategic. When adversity truly arises, instead of asking, "Why me? Why is this happening to me?" change the question to, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more prepared for the future?" See every obstacle, every failure, every moment of pain as intense training, a chance to test and strengthen your inner principles and your adaptability. Embrace pain as a teacher. When you master this perspective, you will become unshakable amidst life's storms. You will no longer be broken by difficulties, but rather strengthened by them, emerging from each challenge with a wisdom, a serenity, and an inner peace that few can achieve. You will cease to be a victim of circumstances and will become an architect of your own destiny. Your soul will become a fortress where adversity is welcomed as a catalyst for your growth. You will become the master of your resilience, capable of not just surviving, but thriving in any condition. We have reached the end of our journey through Stoic principles for emotional processing, but this is only the beginning of your true transformation. We have recapitulated 5 powerful principles, tools you now possess to navigate life's complexities. Recognizing your feelings without judgment, distinguishing what is under your control from what is not, using reason to investigate your emotions, practicing empathy and healthy connection, and cultivating unshakable resilience through adversity. You are no longer a hostage to silence, repression, or the illusion that strength lies in hiding your humanity. The person you are becoming is someone who honors their inner truth, who processes their emotions with wisdom, who connects deeply with others, and who emerges stronger, more authentic, and freer from each experience. This is true Stoic strength, not the absence of pain, but the ability to transform pain into growth, challenge into opportunity, vulnerability into courage. If this video has helped you see a new path to your inner strength, please like it so more people can be impacted by this message of liberation. Comment below which of these 5 principles you will apply first in your life. Which one resonated most deeply with you? Share this video with someone who urgently needs to hear this message. Someone who is struggling in silence and needs a beacon. And subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of self-discovery, Stoic mastery, and building your inner strength. Remember, true strength is not in never falling, but in rising each time wiser, stronger, and more connected to your essence. Your transformation begins now.